Lizzy, don't forget to feed the puppy, shouted my grandma from across the house. I won't, Grandma, I replied. I loved my grandma. We lived together since I was very little. I had no idea where my parents were, and I appreciated that my grandma had taken care of me. It was just the two of us for as long as I could remember. And now we had a cute little addition, a puppy named Max. Before I go on, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel if you want to have cute things too. I promise, it really works. As a teenager, I always found it difficult to have a normal life. I had too many responsibilities because my grandma was quite old. At times, it was almost like I was the adult and she was the child. Sometimes I wanted to go out and have fun, but I couldn't. I had to stay home and take care of her. In addition to all my responsibilities, we were sort of poor. I couldn't manage a part-time job, so we survived on my grandma's pension, which wasn't a lot. We never starved, but we could only afford the basics. I felt envious of other people a lot of the time, especially at school. Most of the kids in my neighborhood came from wealthy families. Some of my classmates already had their own cars, while I had to walk to school. I couldn't even afford a bicycle. This all meant that I was quite unpopular at school. I had a few average friends, and that was it. My clothes weren't as amazing as the popular girls, and I had no money to spend on makeup. Boys never noticed me because I was so plain. I always imagined what it would be like to be rich and popular, to have everyone wishing they could hang out with me. One day I was sitting on a bench outside watching a bunch of boys slobber over Jennifer, the most popular girl at our school. My friend Leanne suddenly jumped into the seat next to mine and almost pushed me off with excitement. "Hey, Lizzy, have you heard of this new app? It's so cool!" she exclaimed while showing me her phone. "Gosh, Leanne, calm down. What is it?" I replied. "TikTok! I spent hours on it last night. I barely got any sleep. Look at this funny guy." She laughed while showing me a video of a guy with blue hair pretending to be a whale. I laughed too, because it was actually pretty funny. "There are dance challenges too. Look," she said. Wow, I thought. This is awesome. This was the first time I ever experienced TikTok. We spent hours just browsing through dance videos, jokes, and pranks. I hadn't felt that happy in a while because it really helped me to forget about my miserable life. That afternoon when I got home, the first thing I did was download TikTok. I spent the entire night browsing through videos. I completely forgot about my homework or any chores that I had to do. I didn't even speak to my grandma. After at least 6 hours of just mindlessly browsing videos, I got a brilliant idea. Maybe I could make videos too. Could TikTok put me on the path towards popularity? I could see it already. Boys fainting at my feet and everyone wanting to be my friend. I had to make it work. I decided I'd get started the next day. It would be Saturday, so I'd have lots of time to plan and experiment. First, I needed a partial makeover. I used a few dollars I had saved to buy a cheap, cute outfit and some eyeshadow. I found a proper location in my house and set up my phone to take a video. I decided to do a short dance. When I finally got it right, I uploaded it and waited for my millions of likes and followers. I kept staring at my phone, waiting for someone to react, but no one did. I decided to do something else to distract myself. A few hours later, I opened the app again and saw that I had a few views and likes. Aha! I thought, this is the beginning. The next week at school, I went through my usual daily motions. I figured that no one there had seen my video until one afternoon while I was walking to class. The hottest guy at school, Chad, brushed past me and said, "Liz, nice dance." And he winked. Oh my gosh, I thought. Chad liked my dance. I needed to make more videos to attract more followers, I thought. But what else could I do? Aha! I'll have to make my videos a bit more scandalous, I concluded. I decided that I would make my outfits more appealing and I'd learn how to do my makeup properly. I needed to steal some money from my grandmother because I just didn't have enough to buy some new outfits. That night, I snuck into her purse and took enough to buy some new clothes and makeup. It didn't even bother me that this was supposed to be our money for food. The next day, I went on a mini shopping spree. I bought some revealing outfits and some makeup with the remaining money. I rushed home to get started on my videos. "Lizzy, dear, could you please cook something for dinner? I'm a bit too tired," my grandma said as I walked through the door. "Just order a pizza or something. I'm really busy. Please, don't disturb me," I replied and walked to my room. She looked a bit sad, but I didn't care. She'd appreciate what I did when I became famous. I put on the most seductive outfit I had ever worn in my life, then watched a few makeup tutorials and transformed my face. When I was done, I looked in the mirror and I nearly fainted. I was gorgeous. I set up my phone and got to work. It took a bit of practice, and I only uploaded my video when I made sure I got all the right angles. After that, I was exhausted, so I changed my clothes and went to bed. The next morning, I checked my phone and realized I had gained 100 new followers. I concluded that what I was doing was working and that I should keep going. I continued making dance videos and gained more and more followers. In at least a month, everyone at school knew who I was. I was becoming more popular each day. Chad even asked me out. And after a few dates, he asked me to become his girlfriend. I said yes, but I also said yes to Connor, another hot guy I was seeing. So I had 2 boyfriends. What an upgrade from my completely boring life. After a few months, different brands approached me to advertise for them. They'd send me free products if I promoted them in my videos. I got loads of new clothes, which I was able to use to make myself more popular in my videos. They also sent me money, and I was able to repay my grandma after stealing from her. My life was perfect. Everyone wanted to be my friend, and I had 2 gorgeous boyfriends. What could go wrong? Well, everything. Little did I know that my life was about to change for the worst. One Sunday afternoon, I had just received another hot outfit from one of the clothing companies I was promoting. It was a very tight pair of hot pink pants and a cute crop top to match. I quickly put it on and couldn't get over how flattering I looked. I carefully did my hair and my makeup. Then I searched for the perfect song I could use to make another seductive dance video. When I found it, I recorded my dance and uploaded it before I reviewed the video. This is definitely going to get me more followers and likes, I said while smiling. I put my phone down for a while and I went to do something else. Afterwards, I decided I should get changed, shower, and go to sleep. It wasn't until I took off the pants that I realized they had completely ripped in the back. Oh my gosh! Did this happen during my dance? I gasped. I grabbed my phone and saw tons of notifications. I opened TikTok and saw 5,000 new followers and 10,000 likes. I watched the video I uploaded. It was awesome in the beginning, but as I turned around to do some sort of split, the pants tore and my ugly underwear was almost completely exposed. I was wearing my most unflattering pair. They were old, discolored, and even had some holes. I wanted to cry. I deleted the video, but it was too late. Many people had already taken screen recordings and were sharing among themselves on WhatsApp and other platforms. Someone had even uploaded my video to Instagram. The next day at school was a complete disaster. As soon as I walked in, someone pointed at me and shouted, "Hey, it's the granny panty girl!" Everyone turned around and laughed at me. I went to my class and sat in my usual seat at the front. I tried to bury my head in a book so no one would notice me. That didn't work at all because soon I felt something hit my shoulder. I turned around and everyone started throwing rolled up balls of paper at me. "Why are you doing this to me?" I screamed. "You're just a loser who is trying to become popular. You have all these cool outfits and awesome makeup, but you can't even afford some proper underwear," said Jennifer, who had been really upset with me since I became more popular than her. "Yeah, ew. Granny panties? Seriously? I'm too embarrassed to be your boyfriend any longer." Laughed Chad while he pulled Jennifer close toward him. "You're her boyfriend? I thought she was with Connor," said Leanne, who was supposed to be my friend. Now they both would know that I was playing them. "Anyway, we still care about you. We all came together to collect this donation for you," Jennifer continued while holding Chad's hand. She walked up to me and gave me a huge gift bag. When I opened it, it was full of new panties. "We like to help the less fortunate," she smirked. Everyone continued laughing at me and making hurtful remarks. I was so sad that I picked up my backpack and ran all the way home. As I barged through the front door to my house, I burst into tears. "Sweetie, what's wrong?" asked my grandma. "Everything is wrong. I can never go back there. I can never show my face in public again." I continued crying and ran to my room and locked the door. I couldn't explain to her. She'd never understand. I picked up my phone and deleted my TikTok account. I spent an entire week in my room trying to figure out what to do. I was mostly clueless. After a few days, I decided to go to the mall to cheer myself up. As I walked to my favorite makeup store, a little boy tugged at his mother's arm and said, "Mommy, look, it's a granny panty girl. Ha 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 ha." Instead of correcting him, she laughed too. It seemed that everyone knew who I was, and there was nowhere I could go to escape the ridicule. The image with my awful underwear was everywhere. People had made all sorts of memes and funny remix videos. Well, they thought it was funny. I found it all so devastating. I felt disappointed that I had worked so hard to gain so many followers and so much popularity, and in a second, it was all gone, and my perfect life was about to be worse than it originally was. I begged my grandma to find a way for us to move to another state so I could start all over. I could completely change my appearance and go to another school where I could start over. Unfortunately, we could not afford it. I wasn't making any more money from TikTok, and we had no savings. I had to go back to school to face the shame of it all. I went back to being the unpopular girl that nobody wanted to be around. I went from 2 boyfriends to 0. I didn't even have friends anymore. TikTok ruined my life.